Let's think about how we might work out 0.2 times 4. We know that 0.2 is 2/10. So if we're multiplying by 4, we have 0.2 4 times. We have one 0.2 here already, so we can times it by 2, 3, 4, and then you can see that we have 8/10 or 0.8. Now what is 0.3 times 4? Well, again, multiplying 0.3 times 4 means that we have 0.3 4 times. We have one 0.3 already, so that's 2, 3, 4 lots of 0.3, or 4 lots of 3/10. So we started with 3/10, and now, having multiplied 3/10 by 4, we have 12/10, or 1 whole and 2/10, which we can write as 1.2. So what is 0.2 times 7? Well, we can do the same thing. We have 2/10 already coloured, so let's multiply it by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 2/10 times 7 is 14/10, and that's 1 whole and 4/10, or 1.4. So now that we know how to multiply by tenths, we can use the grid method to multiply a whole number by a decimal number greater than 1. 3.3 is really 3 and then 3/10, or 0.3. So we've partitioned 3.3 into units and tenths. So we can work out 4 times 3, then 4 times 0.3, then add up our total. So on the grid, we have 4, 3, and 0.3. 4 times 3 is 12, and 4 times 0.3 is 1.2, because 4 times 3/10 is 12/10. So we can add 12 and 1.2 to get our answer, 13.2. But we can also use the column method to multiply decimals. We have 3.3 times 4. Now this isn't how we're used to setting out column multiplication. Usually we have the larger number on top, but that's only because with whole numbers, the larger number has more digits. 3.3 is a 2-digit number, and 4 is only a single-digit number, so here it makes sense to have 3.3 as our top number. You might also notice that the place values are not lined up. We have our 4 units under our 3/10. We can still do this as long as we remember that if there's one decimal place value in the question, there will be one decimal place value in the answer. So now that we've got our decimal point in our answer, we can multiply as normal to get our answer, 13.2. So now pause the video and see if you can work out 4.2 times 7. We can partition 4.2 into 4 and 0.2, because then we can multiply each place value separately on our grid. So let's have our whole number on the left, and then the partitioned number at the top of the grid. 7 times 4 is 28, and 7 times 0.2 is 1.4. Then we can add up the numbers in our grid to get our answer. But we can also use the column method. One decimal place in our question means we need one decimal place in our answer, so there will only be one digit after the decimal point. Then we can multiply as we usually would to get our answer.